Hello and welcome to the Kundalini podcast. That was Zen. This is Tao. I'm Vivek Govekar. This is episode 93. Namaste. It's a beautiful day in summer, first day of August. Here in Malibu, California, about to walk on the beach. Thought I'd make a video addressing a comment, feedback that I received from someone, and I had told them that I would make a video soon, but then that got left on the back burner. In the meantime, I made a couple of videos. So today, let me address this comment. This is about somebody asking me about peeling away layers of your personality, and something I had said in my previous series. By the way, if you haven't watched the previous videos, please go, and it's a different channel with the same name. That was Zen, this is Tao. Same person, me, Vivek Govekar. But that channel, I had to start a new channel this time. So these are from the previous episodes and I'm continuing to the new episodes. So this is from one of the earlier videos, I think number 50 something in the series or 60. I'm sitting in a kayak and I'm talking about peeling off layers. Another one where I'm sitting and saying, oh wow, I lost my grasp on reality. This was I believe episode 11. Now remember, these were made 3 or 4 years ago. And that episode that I talk about losing my grasp on reality, is me 3 or 4 years ago explaining my situation from even before that, when the process began. So the process began 2006. The stuff I'm talking about, peeling layers, not having a grasp on reality, are all things that happened between 2006 to about 2010. And now it's just been improvement upon improvement. But yes, the disorienting stage called the dark night of the soul has that effect on you, and peeling away layers, not having grasp on reality, etc. All of that is fixed now, because it's a process of breaking you down to build you back up stronger, taking what's not essential and then removing it in the patterns of behavior that you face on a day-to-day basis, removing all the things that were masks that you had to wear, making you aware, sometimes painfully, that was manifestations of the ego or other people's opinions, do's and don'ts in society, how you have to behave, how you have to be, all falls apart. And the more things you have been doing just to please other people or to fit into society, the worse it becomes, because obviously you have to create an armoring or some layer which denies these things, that I'm doing any of these things. And this energy, this process makes you have to focus on those things before you can discard them effectively. So remember what's happening. Energy is flowing through your spine. It is going through these meridians of acupuncture called nadis in the Ayurvedic system, and it's cleansing past trauma, emotions, etc. You have made those things permanent, like gunk builds up on a bathroom tile, for example, or some other place where there is a build-up of something. And you have allowed that to happen by denial, armoring, and not facing those things. The energy forces you to. That's why it's painful. That's why it seems like you've lost your grasp on reality. And of course, the more your mind opposes this, resists this process, the more it's going to be a violent, shaky process initially. Like even when I was making the video, that had been a past event that had happened in me, and look, I'm telling you this after I have recovered from this. So where am I now compared to what was written then? Peeling off layers and making yourself vulnerable, and also losing grasp on reality. So by going through that process, again, in the past, already healed and recovered from it, what's the point of that process is what I will address today in 2021, many years later. Because the same cascade is going on. I'm just better used to dealing with this. The uncertainty of who you are, some unfamiliar process making changes in you, and you changing back to your true self, much better adjusted through a process of chaos initially. So the spiritual process, and I have mentioned this in another video where it's you're going from a tamasic state to a sattvic state. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Asatoma Sadgamaya, Mrityorma Amrutangamaya. from tamas, which is agitation, to sattva, which is calm, purity. From untruth to truth, and from death to deathlessness. That's the Sanskrit saying that I had mentioned in one of the videos around that same time. So today I'd like to talk about the after effects of all of these processes happening within you and what results it brings about. First of all, it makes you very, very mentally tough in a real sense, not in a fake sense. Okay, my old personality is close to one of those people. I saw another wonderful show on Apple TV Plus. It's called Ted Lasso, and there is this character called Roy Kent. He's always very, determined, strict, professional football, soccer player, and he's teaching a group of young girls who are 9 years old playing soccer, and he's bringing that same coach approach. Oh, you didn't do well. Well, the girls just start laughing and giggling because they're playing for fun. They're getting trophies even if they don't win, and it's all fun, done for building up their athletic skills and team play, etc. Now, his approach is not modified. Okay, these are 9-year-olds, I'm going to behave differently. This is professional league, I'm going to behave differently. He doesn't have that. It's shown to be a humorous character. And the hilarity that ensues as a result of this funny interaction. But that is the right analogy to explain what happens. Imagine I'm the character, that gruff guy who's a seasoned football veteran. But now you have to step out of your comfort zone and teach somebody else. You don't have kids, so you don't know how to behave and relate. And you're in the same mode as you were in the past. So that's what that calcification process had done to me. You always have to act in a certain way, be responsible in a certain way. And here are the rules given by society, and you have to act according to them. Okay, so the process of removing that junk from your mind goes through various phases of feeling lacking, insecure, uncertain, shaky about your own personality. But you have to go to that and come to a realization. Oh, this is the real me. Another video I've made in the past is about the ego, how to remove the ego. And one of the lines I said, and I got good comments for, was, you thought you were this, you thought you were that, and now it's like a demotion. Oh, I'm not all of these things. Well, you were not that in the first place. Those were your illusions. This is the reality, and getting there is a tough process. You have to go through the dark night of the soul to face all that barrier junk that you have created, to not see the true self, because it makes you look weak. And now you're quite okay with seeing yourself exactly as you are. Because only after doing that, seeing yourself exactly as you are, can you start making changes appropriate to your life and make your life what it should have been based on the great gifts, abilities, strengths given to you, knowing your limitations, knowing your weaknesses in a realistic sense, and putting the efforts to close that gap. And it happens in the details. So today I'm a much better, well-adjusted person. And that feeling of uncertainty, I don't know who I am, I've lost grasp on reality, etc., went away. And I see it today from the transformed perspective as just the ego not being able to cope with all this information given about yourself. And now the ego is gone. Ego itself is gone. Meaning, there is a mechanism called the ego. But as soon as it starts building up in me, I am this, or yeah, you know what, I feel I'm this. Just seeing one side of the story, not seeing myself, hey, but you know what, you're also this, this, and this. Maybe you're overthinking about yourself, overestimating your own abilities. That happens automatically because of the mindfulness mechanism. Hey, this is a thought I picked up, now I won't let it grow. So, by that balancing, and you being comfortable being yourself, not being compared to others and feeling something lacking in you, just content within your own abilities and doing your best with them every day, tells you that you never needed that armoring and barrier in the first place. It was only because of your ideas of society and what you needed to do to fit in. Now you don't have those ideas. You still fit into society, in fact better now. You're so much better adjusted, less likely to be provoked, less likely that somebody says, oh, this guy has that, and you're like, oh no, I also need to have that. You don't compare. You just do your own things. You have your own benchmarks of success. That's based on your past self. What I did yesterday versus what I'm doing today, where I'm going tomorrow. How much better have I done for my mental health, for my emotional health, and also in the work that I'm doing. How things are not affected by my mental outbursts. Something said in the morning by somebody that is meant to hurt me doesn't linger on and keep becoming an issue for the future. Does not modify my behavior in any way. I can still function, do the job I'm supposed to do in the same mood, same excitement, same passion as before. And I have a method to remove that episode from my mind altogether. Because like I have mentioned in one of the videos earlier, there is a cascade of events. Just waking up to getting to work and your commute can be broken down into waking up, dressing up. Okay, now let that go completely from your mind. Move to the next action. Compartmentalizing actions, etc. Being mindfully aware of each. Being mindfully aware of an unconscious cascade of thoughts entering your mind and shaking yourself and making you, all unstable, not being able to function. And first learning to calm yourself down. Get out of that chain of unconscious thoughts, unconscious behavior leading you in a certain direction. And then in that stillness, the answers are pretty obvious because it's the state of agitation, the state of fear, the state of imbalance that's keeping you away from the right action or the right answer for that moment. And just remembering to bring yourself back to stillness, removing even things that happened an hour ago or 2 hours ago from your mind, having the ability to do that through discipline, training, mindfulness practice, and meditation, catching bad thoughts even before they seep in. And the mechanism I use, like I said, cut, cancel. I am not allowing this thought inside. Comes back again, use the same method. Do alternate nostril breathing. Listen to a few positive affirmations or mantras. Cleanse your mind. Breathe, center yourself, focus on the moment. Then, because you've broken the whole cascade of unconscious thought that's rattling you, agitating you, you can calm down. Oh, the answer is right there. For a calm mind, the answers are always there. Functionality is always there. My ability to be productive is always there. I could have lost it if I had attached myself and allowed that negativity to start rattling me inside. And now I have the ability, like I have mentioned in one of the recent videos, like a Formula 1 car, that when it hits the side wall, it shatters. The impact doesn't reach the person sitting inside as much and less likely to have serious injuries or damage. But the car gets shattered, that's okay. You stay safe. In the same way, what all of this breaking me down, peeling off layers, and losing grasp on the reality, etc., did eventually, after trial and error, after a lot of suffering, is forced me to set up techniques to stay calm throughout. Suddenly you're like, all of the outside agitation and what a thought causes inside my mind is completely under my control. I can make it better, just like I go to the gym, lift weights, and I get stronger progressively and gradually. In the same way, I get progressively stronger as I use these techniques on an everyday basis, to the point that you don't even remember who the past person was. Sometimes you see videos you made, sometimes you see stuff you wrote down, or a video that you're in at your kid's birthday party or something, and that makes you remember, oh my God, how much have I changed? Except with the Kundalini process and your adaptability to it, surrendering to it completely, allowing it to do its work, not putting more barriers and armors, letting go of the past easily, having techniques to put yourself in the current moment, all work together beautifully, seamlessly, to make a much better adjusted human being that can function much better in society and actually grasps things much better. You don't lose your grasp on reality. You actually are more in tune with reality in a real sense, not with your armors and masks, which only allow a certain selective amount of information in that pleases your ego. It lets reality in and you accept it and you're totally capable of dealing with it. I hope that was helpful. Peace, love and blessings. This is Vivek Govekar signing out. Be well.